Welcome to Creepazoids Horror Show! With special guest, Slipwrick the Skeleton.
It's not my fault the babes like me, man.
Also, Flo!
Perverts.
And don't forget about your legendary loser host himself, Creepy Joe!
Welcome to Creepazoids Horror Show. Tonight we have Creepazoids from 1987.
Taking place in 1998, 6 years after an apocalyptic nuclear war, a group of 5 U.S. Army deserters take refuge from an acid rain in a seemingly abandoned laboratory complex in the ruins of Los Angeles. They soon discover that the lab was top-secret government research center, where a genetically engineered monster still lurks the grounds.
Alright, Creepazoids. 1987. I don't know whether this movie was the greatest movie ever or the worst. It's one of those. Directed by David, this is going to be a bad one, I don't even know how to pronounce it, man. I'm just going to throw it up here. He was involved in a couple other, movies, like he was involved with the Puppet Masters, Sorority Babes, and the Slime Ball Bolorama. I never saw that either, but it's 1988, and the Brotherhood 2, and I think he was involved in the Brotherhood 3. I don't even know because I've never seen any of that other than the Puppet Masters. But yeah, 80s stuff, and I mean, this has a decent, I don't know if I'd say decent cast, but it has the famous Linnea Quigley, who's been in every movie in the 80s, a lot of cheesy horror movies, but she's like an icon in the horror world, and she's in a lot of good horror movies. So anyway, the cast, we have, of course, Linnea Quigley playing, is it Bianca? I think. I don't know, I should know this, but. We have Richard Hawkins playing Jake, and then we have Michael, I want to say it's Aranda plays Jesse, which don't worry, he doesn't last very long anyway. And then we have Ken Abraham as Butch, and we have Ashlyn Gear, I think, and she plays Kate. Pretty sure she's a porn star. This is probably the only real movie she did. I could be wrong about that, but all right, this movie is pretty rough. Okay, like it starts out with 5 friends. You don't even know if they're whatever. It's like apocalyptic. They're going through this abandoned fortress. It almost looks like an old steel mill or something like that, but it's like a government facility. And it turns out, the rain is acid, so they're trying to find a safe place to seek refuge. And they are checking the place out, and they realize everyone evacuated, but they find like some corpses, and it just doesn't seem right.
Confronted by the Creepazoids.
So basically, the nerd virgin always dies first. So the nerdy guy, I want to say, this is horrible because I only saw this movie once, and I didn't really. It was like so bad that I only remember like 2 of the names of the people. But Jesse, I believe, is the computer nerd, and he goes first. He, underneath the computer, is a huge ventilation vent for the ventilation system. And he gets to like this open area. I don't even know, it looks like he's in a cave or something, but he gets attacked or something by the Creepazoid creature. Looks like a praying mantis mixed with like a wolverine. I don't even know, alien. But anyway, so you think he's like dead, and then it shoots to the next scene in the morning, and they wake him up out of his bed, and he's normal until he eats with them. They're eating breakfast, and then all of a sudden, for some reason, his hand gets real enlarged and looks like a brain, and starts spewing out all this crap, and you know, his eyes turn green. It's a pretty awesome scene, actually. But anyway, so they think it's the food they didn't understand. And here, the facility, this is what I gathered from it anyway, because these reviews are like first-hand accounts. Like, I watch them, and this is what I take from them, from watching them once. I don't sit there and take notes the whole time. So this is just the impression that it made on me from watching it last night. The nerd dies first, you know, of course. And then the other character, you know, the two guys that are left, which is Butch and Jake. Butch is, you know, Linnea's character, Bianca. Those two are kind of in love, and then the other two are in love, the other guy and girl. So they got the nerd out of the way so that, you know, they could continue on. And basically, they all start like getting picked off one by one, you know. But like every time you think they're dead, they're really not. And then like some of them like encounter the mutant, the Creepazoid, and then they're fine, and some of them get killed. So, and then the you know, Kate ends up turning into, you know, a Creepazoid. Oh, and there's these like infected giant rats that like keep biting them. You know, they keep coming out of nowhere, and they're huge puppets. Like, they're not even puppets, they're just like huge stuffed animals, like plastic stuffed animals that are, which makes them great. So I guess the, you know, height of the whole movie, like what you're waiting for the whole movie, is the end, where he ends up finding, you know, the I'm so horrible with saying the names, because like it escapes me pretty easy, but Jake, who's played by Richard Hawkins, he is the last survivor, and he ends up stumbling upon, when he's being attacked by the praying mantis, he stumbles upon a syringe with, you know, whatever, a chemical in it or something. So he injects the mutant with the whatever it is, and then all of a sudden this baby creature crawls out of its head, or out of its body. It climbs out, which is, I'm not gonna lie, it's amazing, you know, use of 80s, you know, props, and it's no CGI. It's perfect, you know, in my taste. But anyway, this baby, it's like the slowest, most ridiculous attack. It's like a fight between, you know, Jake and this baby creature who, it just takes forever, which it just makes it all the more ridiculous. The whole movie was ridiculous.
Creepazoids.
If I had to say I'd watch it again, I'd be lying, because I would probably never watch this movie again. But with that being said, it is what it is. It's worth a watch, but I don't know if it become like my weekend, you know, on my weekend watch list. It's just ridiculous all the way through, but it has its funny moments, and it has its cool moments, you know what I mean? But that's pretty much it. I'm gonna rate this probably a 3 out of 5, because like I said, it has its moments, but Anyway, let's get to the top 10. I'm just gonna, how about we make this, I don't even want to say top, but just 15 movies that Linnea Quigley was involved in, because she just has way too long of a list. Like, I mean, she's been in so many movies that it's outrageous. And, you know, they're hard to, a lot of them I haven't seen, but she's in some of my, you know, top movies that I love. So, we'll start out with, she was, and this is a movie that you all will probably know, but Night of the Demons in 1988. She plays a big part in that. You can't miss her in that. And then she plays in that Sorority Babes in the Slime Ball, in the Slime Ball Bowl-O-Rama in 1988. She was in a lot of movies in 1988. And then Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers in 1988. Nightmare Sisters in 1987, Savage Streets in 1994, and then of course my favorite of all time, Return of the Living Dead in 1995, Vice Academy 1 and 2, 89 and 90, and then she was in, which I haven't seen, I only saw like maybe 4 or 5 of these movies, which is pretty crazy. I'm gonna have to check some of them out. But Witch Trap in 1989, I believe. And she also made a horror workout. I've never seen it, but it's pretty, you know, I guarantee it's ridiculous and sexual. This girl was like a sexual icon in the 80s and 90s, and you know, it is what it is. She's like an Elvira, you know, she was an icon, and she was awesome, and played in a lot of really awesomely dumb movies, and I mean that in a good way. So another big one that she was involved in, Silent Night, Deadly Night in 1984, and then Murder Weapon in 1989. I've never seen that. Graduation Day, 1981. Jack O, which looks really cheesy. I might have to check that one out. 1995, and then Pumpkinhead 2 in 1994, and there's so many, man. Like, I could go on and on. But that's gonna wrap it up for Creepazoids, because I don't really have much else to say about it. But anyway, if you hung on this long, thank you, and I'll see you on the next one. This is one of 31 nights of Halloween, so stay creepy.